Is there a number at which
I can be bought?
not be bought?
That's what it's about.
You can take a pause for a couple of years.
No.
And then go right back to what you're doing.
No. 10 million, 20 million, 30, no. A billion, no. This is not about money. This is about our country.
Wow. Kari Lake is going scorched earth against the Republican establishment. She's exposing just how swampy, just how vile the rhino class of the Republican Party truly is. And we're going to get a front row seat. Hey, gang, it's me, Dr. Steve, your patron professor, here to help you to think better so you can feel better in these crazy, turbulent, and increasingly corrupt times. So make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button. It was a bombshell. Arizona Republican Senate candidate Kari Lake has just released a startling recording exposing a GOP official trying to bribe her to get out of the Arizona Senate race. Take a listen.
So what's going on? What is, I'm assuming this is our friend.
This is back east. There are very powerful people that want to keep you out.
Oh, no, they do.
But they're willing to put their money where their mouth is in a big way. So, this conversation never happened.
This is crazy, though. They should want me. I'm a great candidate. People love me. These people are corrupt.
Well, maybe you're right.
They are right. They are corrupt.
Maybe. This never happened. Don't go. Do me a favor, though. I'll get myself in trouble. If you say no, which is fine, it's your choice. Don't tell people.
They're gonna try to have me murdered.
I wouldn't doubt that either. Today's world, man. If that stuff that came out last week is right about the cartel stuff, man. They say the cartel's operating in 50 states right now, like all 50. You know? So
what's going on? Who is it? What?
Forget the who. Let me just tell you the what. Let's just say there are people calling around saying, gosh, no, they can't repeat this. Never repeat this. If you say no, don't, because say, I got offered to buy out. Don't use it. Because then we lose our ability to get things done in the future.
Here's my problem. Rather than just say, let's work with her, she's a great candidate. Because they don't own me. And it pisses me off.
Yeah, I don't know it's about ownership.
It's about control.
I don't know it's about control. It's about being on the team. I guess that's, you know what I mean?
They want to be on the team.
They want you to be on their team.
But
just team. You know?
But if they're pushing a globalist agenda, I can't do that. So what do they want? What do they want me to do?
You want me to stay out for 2 years. What? I'll tell you what I can offer you.
I'm not, if they're going to steal the election to make me and our movement go away, I'm not letting them do that. I owe it to the people of Arizona.
Or
to carry their torch and their voice.
Or you don't go away, but you pause.
This is the battles right now, Jeff.
You pause and refill your coffers.
No, the battle is right now. The battle is right now, and we don't have time to pause on this battlefield.
You're not. You can't scratch their back. It's not afraid of you.
Yeah.
You don't have anything to offer them. And they're sitting around people that have stuff to offer them. You know what I mean? It's just, it's a back scratching club. That's all DC is. It's a big back scratching club. You're in no position to scratch anybody's back, and you've already made it known that if you get there, you're not going to scratch anybody's back. I don't scratch people's back. You know, I've been on the outs for a lot of people for a long time because I don't scratch backs. You know, where are we in 2 years if they steal the election again?
Listen to what you're saying. Why don't we do something about it so that we the people can pick our...
What can we do?
I'm not willing to accept that, and I'm going to be the biggest pain in these people's... Go back and tell them that. I'm running, and I'm going to be the biggest pain in their...
I mean, I'm willing to tell them that.
And they're going to have to kill me to stop me.
Wow. I mean, wow. I mean, if there were any doubt, by the way, that Kari Lake is the real deal, that tape should do it. Now, if you don't know, the voice you were hearing there is purportedly that of a fellow by the name of Jeff DeWitt. DeWitt is the chairman of the Arizona Republican Party. And just by what you heard there, You got a behind-the-scenes look at just how seedy and slimy the Republican establishment has become. He kept referring to back east, the powers that be that are back east, he kept saying. Obviously, he's talking about the swamp. He's talking about D.C. And given that Kari Lake's running for the Senate, he's presumably referring particularly to Mitch McConnell, who's the head swamp creature over the U.S. Senate on the Republican side of things. And you and I really just got a front row seat on how the Washington establishment lives off the lifeblood of bribery. It's very similar to that hidden camera expose that caught a BlackRock employee revealing that one of the primary ways BlackRock buys off politicians is through insider trading information. So there's actually a little known trading secret among the experts, as it were, the insiders, that you always track what corporate CEOs are doing with their own company's stock. So if they're buying up a bunch of their own company's stock, that must mean that they just had a board meeting that produced numbers for an amazing sales quarter. So their stock is going to surge as soon as they report those numbers, with the CEOs all positioning themselves to profit from that surge. So what this guy revealed on hidden camera is that BlackRock gives that kind of information to politicians before the sales reports are publicly announced, so that the politicians can buy or sell accordingly. And by the way, you may not know this, but you and I actually have access to that very same information. It's true. Thanks to a little-known SEC database, guess what? We can see what and when these CEOs are buying as well. Not only do we get to see it in real time, but we get to piggyback on their trades to gain the exact same advantage for ourselves, gang. That's why you got to click on the link below right now and sign up for a free training with me and my good friend Ross Givens. It's this Thursday, January 25th at 3 p.m. Eastern. Ross is an insider trading expert whose recommendations have led to investment returns of over 200%. Some have hit as high as nearly 1,500%. It's going to be an amazing free training where you and I can learn how to trade with the exact same insider knowledge as these politicians, but thoroughly legally and ethically. But don't wait. Seating for the registration is limited, so click on that link below right now and register today, and I'll see you for an event that promises to change your life. So thanks to Kari Lake and her efforts to expose the permanent political class, we're getting this front row seat on just how crooked and degenerate our ruling elite, particularly our Republican establishment, really is. As Kari made it clear throughout that recording, they don't care about you. They don't care about our country. They don't care even about the Republican Party. They only care about their power and their affluence. That's it. That's all they ultimately care about. Politics today is a business model. Politics today is a business. The median net worth for the current congressman today is just over $1 million. It's the first time in our nation's history where the majority of our congressmen are millionaires. It's even worse in the Senate. Last I looked, the average net worth in the Senate was over $3 million. We're being ruled by an oligarchy, a duopoly made up of both Republicans and Democrats. This was confirmed by a study published by Princeton University a few years back, and its conclusions were utterly chilling. The study concluded that the United States is governed not so much by elections, but rather by interests and influence of a powerful oligarchical elite. What this Princeton study did is that it surveyed policy preferences among various income groups. And what they found was that when the majority supported a policy that the richest, say, 2% opposed, that policy never became law, even though it was supported by the vast majority of voters. And, of course, it worked the other way around. If there were a policy that the majority opposed, but the richest 2% supported, that policy almost always passed into law. And so the conclusion of the study was that economic elites virtually always get their way politically. And you could see it here with the Kari Lake tapes. You can see exactly the kind of cultural corruption at work that produces those kinds of seedy results. And so the study concluded bluntly that we're not a democracy. We're an oligarchy. We are ruled by a bureaucratic and billionaire elite made up of both Republican and Democrat alike. But as Kari Lake has demonstrated there, The good news is that the jig is up. It's over. More and more people are recognizing that our politics is fundamentally broken, and they want to purge D.C. of this corrupt establishment. We're seeing this not only with Kari, but of course over the last couple of weeks with the new MAGA movement rising up, made up of both urban and rural voters who are coming together to give President Trump his biggest victories yet in Iowa and New Hampshire. And it's only going to get bigger from here. The MAGA revolt is rising up. There's nothing these pathetic swamp rats can do about it. And as you just heard, our ruling elites, they're scared shitless. But first, gang, as many of you know, we have unfortunately been completely and totally demonetized, which is putting our daily communication with one another at risk like never before. Now, we are actively working on getting this resolved, but as things stand, this channel has, without any warning, been totally and completely demonetized. And as Elon Musk said so powerfully last week, the whole point of these demonetization efforts is to deliberately try to make us patriots feel like we're all alone. They want to sever our relationship with each other and force on us a kind of digital solitary confinement so as to demoralize us and discourage us like never before. But to their horror, it's not working. Over this past week, you have carried this channel like never before. We've had more people than ever make the courageous decision to bypass big tech and join our Insiders Club. We have direct access to one another that can never be interrupted by big tech overlords. Over the last 7 days, we've seen literally thousands of you come to our rescue. And you've done it in two ways. You've signed up for our free newsletter and you've officially joined our Insiders Club. Those two acts alone are enough for us to collectively stand together and never, ever have our relationship severed. So I'm inviting the rest of you to do the same today, just by clicking on that link below and signing up for our newsletter and joining our Insiders Club. You are guaranteeing that there is nothing that big tech can do to get between us and make us feel like we're in a digital solitary confinement. It's as simple as clicking on the link below right now and opting into our free email newsletter. And once you do that, you can financially support us by joining our Insiders Club. Gang, from the bottom of my heart, I cannot thank you enough for your support during a time like this. You are my heroes, and it will be my mission to express my appreciation for every single one of you each and every week.